So here we are once again. I want to welcome you guys aboard. If you're just sitting down here for the first time, if you've been hanging out with us today, don't forget there is risk out there in these markets, folks. There is risk out there, unfortunately. So speak to somebody you trust regarding your risk capital. One of the secrets to our success here in this trade room is managing our risk properly. Boy, I'll tell you, I've been doing this almost 12 years now, and I wish somebody would have told me 10 years ago, 12 years ago, little things like risk-reward ratio and over-trading. Nobody told me about that. And it led to me blowing out accounts. It led to me losing lots and lots of money. Stress and time were lost. Boy, one of the best reasons why we're so successful is our consistent trading plan here. And I'm looking forward to providing you with that roadmap to success as a member. Don't forget to use our contact information if you guys need help there. Just raise your hand or type in your questions. Great question this morning. What time frames do we use? What's the goal of the time frames that we use? How do we find them? Well, multiple time frames is something that, in my opinion, they should be teaching in grade school, right? I'm actually in the process right now of starting up my own school here locally for children, for kids locally, teach day trading to kids. But really, they should be teaching this in the kindergarten, in the elementary schools. Let's talk about multiple time frames. Now, there are different ways to use multiple time frames. If you talk to 10 different traders, you might get 7 or 8 different opinions of how they're going to be used. Multiple time frames, in my opinion, I'll use a slow time frame to find the price structure. And this, of course, is covered in training. Okay, the price structures we covered in tremendous detail today. I've got the fast time frame, which is going to be where the pattern, right, the entry pattern. Okay? Now, the price structure on the slow time frame, that tells me where to look for a trade. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a new trader, one of the things that really was the most difficult thing for me was telling where I was going to get that next trade. Should I trade it here? Should I trade it there? Should I trade it lower, higher? Stay short this Russell, guys. Stay short this Russell. Getting out of the Russell right now might be the biggest mistake we can make all day. All right? You are going to see that Russell down at 780 by the end of the day today. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so Russell, stay in that Russell short as your life depends on it. Now, if you haven't entered the Russell short yet, members, wait for the wave pattern to get in. Wait for a pattern to get in. Okay, and use that stop trail we talked about. Yeah, you're exactly right, Marco. Maybe, there definitely could be kind of a children's, storybook rhyme or something like that for trading. I'm in the process right now of opening up a school locally here for kids, teach them how to day trade. And one of the things we're going to use is a video game. The vision was we're going to develop a video game for day trading to help children learn the basics. We'll talk about that in the future. The fast time frame, we look for the entry pattern. So the slow time frame tells me the price structure, where to look for a trade. The fast time frame tells me the entry pattern, or when I will take the trade, right? Because the entry pattern will trigger the entry, okay? Now remember, if that Russell goes below the 88.30, we're then looking short, and this thing should go pretty quickly here, okay? So let's take that and let's run with it. We've got the fast and we've got the slow. Now, is there any real specifics to these fast and slow? Let's talk about what some of the fast time frames are that I'll use. Some of the fast time frames, the slow time frames that I'll use. I'll use range charts. I like range, so I'll use 144. I'll use 89. I'll use a 55, a 34. I'll use a 21. Nope. That will be my slow. Now, Bridget's question was, how do we find these? Do I just pick 144 out of the sky? No, it's a fib number. Okay, if you haven't met our grandfather, right, kind of our trading grandfather, his name is Fibonacci de Pisa. He's one of the guys that was responsible for that Leaning Tower of Pisa, right, the one that everyone kind of laughs about. But in all reality, That's where Fibonacci was from. He was from the same town in Italy. And this is exactly where basically technical analysis was created. Fibonacci to Pisa is the grandfather, possibly the great-great-grandfather of technical analysis. If you haven't learned more about your great-grandfather Fibonacci, go online, Wikipedia, Google him. You'll easily be able to find it. He was the one that found the seashells and the plants, the golden ratios, all that fun stuff. Okay, so they're all Fibonacci numbers. In other words, if I have to choose a number out of the sky, I'll choose a Fibonacci number. What are some of the faster time frames that I'll use? Well, continuing down that same sequence, 34, 21, 13, I'll use an 8, and I've also been known to use a 4. The 4 would be the fastest that I would ever recommend. These are range charts. Now, if you want more information about range charts, you can go right to the blog, and on the blog, just type in chart types in that search box. Chart types. And there are the different options that are available to different types of traders. Okay, I particularly like range charts, but there is really no right or wrong answer there. I'll use chart types such as range charts. I'll use tick charts. I don't use time charts very often. In fact, I'm just about to go over a new trading plan today with our members that will get rid of all the time charts altogether. Boy, notice that Russell. The Russell just sitting there right now on top of that 88.3. You see it? It's amazing how that's happening right now. We might just be onto something there. So the question was, what time frames do we use? How do we find these time frames? I use Fibonacci numbers. I use a combination of slow time frames and fast time frames. Bridget, am I going down the right track here with you on this? If I missed the mark on this answer, please let me know. I'd love to make sure you get the exact info you need. Guys and gals, we have now triggered the advanced price structure short on Russell. That means now I have to wait for a pattern. I would like to wait for a 13 or a 21 range pattern. And I'm glad to see that Jeffrey and our members in our members trade room held on to that trade short on the Russell, because it is going to tumble here, and it should tumble relatively quickly here. The only thing that may happen here is this lower volume. Hold on one second here. Next question, one contract trading. Had a question about one contracts. And one contract trading, of course, another really important part of our methodology. One contract trading is, in my opinion, the most important thing for new traders. I don't care if you got $1,000 or $10,000 in your account, I'm still going to recommend you begin with the basic strategy with one contract. Now, on the blog right now, I have a great basic fundamental plan for one contract. Now, you can search for it or go to the day trading strategy section of the blog, and you're going to see a strategy for one contract trading. Where is it? Let's go down one more here. Do we have one contract on here? I don't, do I? So I need to make sure I upload one contract here on this blog. Here is the search for it, though, and I can see right away here we're going to get one contract. Where was it here? I had it there a moment ago. Go one contract trading. There's your one contract trading strategy. Now, the reason why a one contract trading strategy is so important is because, first of all, most of my clients begin with a smaller trade account, and the one contract account, this is how we're going to grow it. We are very effective at making our one contract traders turn into 2 contract traders, into 4 contract traders, into 8 contracts, 16 contracts, more and more, by playing with nothing more than house money. Let's keep going. So Paul, good question about one contract trading. The key to one contract trading will be things like risk-reward ratio, picking our spots, the right locations, the highs or the lows, and remember, not over-managing the trade. You never want to over-manage the trade for a one-contract trade account. We're going to talk a lot more about that in training this afternoon. You're going to see our new 21 trade plan is specifically designed for one contract, and it will grow trading with house money, right? Working with your profits. Gold contract rollover. Now, this is something that I learned something new today. I did not know that it was every 72 months that we had gold at the 12 contract. Now, if you're wondering about this, guys, where can you find more info about the gold contracts? Let's go over to the CME Group website. And we did this today here, real early this morning. We were talking about gold and how we thought that gold didn't trade the 12th month of the year. It's always what I've been told. Hey, I learned something new every day. So we actually had a really great example today in the trade room right before we got started about what if we needed to find more information about the markets we trade? What if we needed to, or what if we were trying to explore a new market? You know, what if you went to a barbecue this weekend and someone said, man, have you seen gold? But you've never traded gold before. You don't know the contract months on gold. You don't know when it rolls over. So we talked about today how to go out and find that. And we equated it to going out and finding a brand new river to fish in, right? Or going out and hunting down a brand new, maybe a water buffalo that you've never been hunting before. So if you're going to go out and teach, my goal, of course, to teach a man or woman to fish, my goal is to give you the skills you need to go out and fish on your own. Well, this is another example. If you want to go in and find a market that, right, that is a little bit outside of your normal, know what front months trade, right, no matter what you're looking for. So on the gold this morning, we went to the contract specifications page. Here's the contract specifications page on gold. It's right there on the CME Group website. And this is something, again, I learn something new every day, it seems like. And here was the big thing we noticed today. It told us that you've got your normal every other month, but then every 72-month period, we're also going to get June and December. So the last 2 years, we have not seen the 12-month trade. Learn something new. We confirmed this morning that the 12-month had been rolled over, and so you are now trading the 12-12 contract on the GC. And then last but not least, the last question we'll cover today is regarding our time and sales window. How do we read tape? How do we use our time and sales window?